The finals just got its first massive update for Season 1. We got a ton of balance changes that ranges from obvious nerfs to buffs, and of course that brand new mode. We also have a ton of new cool animations, and some of the best social changes to date. We got a ton to talk about. What's up, world? Tribute back if they were touching on all things the finals. We'll jump right into the patch notes, and obviously we do have our opener, which goes on with welcome to update 1.5. Today we are introducing our very first limited time mode, Solo Banquet. And yeah, I'm sure if you haven't seen already, there's a big trailer out with all the Solo Banquet mode, or at least showcasing that mode off, which is indeed a solo 12-player arena. The goal is to essentially bank 40,000 coin and deposit that into stations, and then you can win. This would be huge for solo players, and definitely this is going to be a great increase. Now, they also did have dev comments about that, so I want to go over here quickly so we can have a kind of context around this. So Embark Dusty yesterday on Discord actually did comment on the LTM, which someone basically here was saying no, not limited time modes, they want the mode forever, which Dusty then went on to clarify saying maybe it'll be great and stick around, maybe it'll need work and come back better, maybe y'all will hate it and just agree as a group to pretend it never happened. Whatever the outcome is, it's going to be fun to find out. Again, I think people are just so used to other games getting rid of modes right after they come out, or they force them on people, or they force them to these like subsections. I do remember Apex doing that back in the day. They still might do it, but they still might force an LTM on you, and sometimes yeah, they're fun, but other times you just want to play the regular playlist. So I'm glad they both don't force it on you, and they're not going to just randomly take away something if the community likes it, which I know a lot of times happen with Call of Duty. They take away a lot of playlists that people like, and then they bring them back in different segments. Thank God they're being a lot different here. Again, that should be getting high praises, especially in the current era. Now, obviously, they also do mention in the opener here that if you do want to give your feedback on it, that they've left the Discord channel open, and there will be a specific channel in there to gather feedback about the solo mode. Now, here's a big one for cheating. In addition, with 1.5.0, they're introducing a fair play guidelines with revamped and improved detection methods for unfair play. From now on, they'll restrict cheaters with more confidence, and they'll be able to stand firmly behind their bans. Now, their goal is, as always, to make the game safe, fair, and fun. Again, I think it's just huge that they're actually communicating back and letting us know that they're actually looking into this stuff. Now, for the ability changes, there was some very minor ones. They did actually decently nerf Cloaking Device, which got a cost activation from 1 to 2 seconds, and then it also got its minimum charge time activated from 1.5 to 2.5 seconds. Recon Senses also got nerfed from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. However, it did get buffed as well, with the decreased minimum charge time activated from 2.5 seconds to 2 seconds. Now, for gadgets, we had a ton of cooldown reductions across the board. Some of these were several seconds. However, the major one here is the C4 damage, which got significantly reduced from 210 to 155, which that's its max damage now, and its minimum damage was decreased from 120 to 100. So about a 27% nerf there. RPG damage also got decreased from 150 to 140. The stun gun got a heavy nerf too, with its duration of the stun effect from 5 seconds to 3.75 seconds, which is another big 25% there. Of course, we have the new game mode Banquet. They reduced both the Banquet and Quick Cash game show event start time from 6 minutes down to 4. In Quick Cash, the team respawn time was increased from 17 to 18 seconds, the ranked tournament wipe respawn time from 25 to 26 seconds, and the tournament also got that same change. And now they made it that tournaments will unlock after the players have completed 1 round, reduced from 12. They're definitely wanting to funnel more people into the tournament section, and obviously into ranked. That's obviously also coinciding with the kind of anti-cheat increase, so hopefully there'll be better security there, and it won't matter that they unlock the tournament so quickly, at least as far as new or fresh accounts. Las Vegas again got some map changes here, where they updated the destruction to be even more realistic, and they updated new various zipline locations, so we'll have to check where those are at. Another massive nerf to the nuke method. Here they have under throwables, deployable explosives such as C4 breaches and explosive 9s will now add mass to throwable objects, causing them to travel less far when thrown. You're definitely going to need to arch a lot better, and you won't be able to get those kind of quick plays with it, or at least a lot less of the case. Most of the weapon damage increases nerfs were fairly small, with the flamethrower and the LH1 getting 2 damage increased, and the M60 receiving a 1 damage increase. Another big one might be the SH shotgun, which got its decreased from 12 down 10 per pellet. Right, you've also got some quality of life changes. Here's an interesting one. The SA-1216 actually allowed the weapon to fire faster than it was intended, so they did fix an issue with that. They also added a scoped zoom sensitivity multiplier for both the sniper rifle and the tracker dot. The throwing knives also got some quality of life light changes, and the V9S actually saw its damage increased by 1 as well. Now here's actually some cool changes with the weapons. They added the left side inspect animations. I'll probably be having these play through like the segment here and the prior one. But you can kind of go through here and check out some of the various new weapon animations that they added to the left side and the initial kind of pull out. Now we had some fixes for the audio, characters, controller, and consoles, as well as the crashes overall. And they also fixed an issue that allowed mouse and keyboard to be enabled on some consoles. So I know people from my last video were saying that they were able to use a keyboard, but they actually did disable that. I'm guessing most people that are on those systems probably do enjoy that change. There was also some crashes and disconnect fixes, and some various things that needed to be fixed on the maps as well. Now for the movement system, there was just some vaulting animation issues that were getting super glide. Seems like somewhat of a bit of an exploit that players were able to accomplish. They did fix that issue and they fixed up vaulting. Now there was also a ton of various fixes for the UI. However, going over each of these individual changes is obviously just a bit much, but obviously you should see some various quality of life changes within the UI. Now there was another weapon exploit that they fixed, and they also fixed an issue where bullet dispersion and spread would not update if the player switched between items. It might have been tied to what the melee thing was that was going around, and it also might be tied with one of the aim assist stuff that's happening with that as well. Now here's a huge change for the social aspect of the game, which is that the VoIP system finally got updated for both the PC and the console, at least to what now their default states are, which will be enabled by default with push to talk set as the default input. This will only work for the new installs though, so everybody that's already had the game installed, unfortunately it seems like it's not going to actually re-enable it. Since you've already prioritized that in your setting, I assume that they don't want to have to try to change the configuration there. But it is nice to hear that the new players will have that microphone on. It does kind of suck when the socialization isn't there. I think that's one of the negative aspects of APAC, which also on the console side of things, they did enable that by default with voice activated set as the default input as well. So console players are going to be open mic right out of the gate. That'll definitely be interesting for some players there. Overall though, that should about cover it for today's video and its patch notes. I'll leave a link down below to the actual trailer video if you haven't seen that already, as well as both the patch notes on the official website and the Steam page. And until the next one, deuces.